DJ, the last time we did not take the 71 car of O'Neill, well, he won. We did it on Tuesday night. Nobody picked him. He said, hold my beer, and he did it tonight from the Victory Fuel pole. Nobody with the defending race winner, Huddy. We'll see if he can upset us all once again.
Ben, do you have a favorite Thornton? They're not related, but I'm wondering if you have a favorite.
If I have a favorite Thornton, not like Thornton? You have favorite Gustons. No, I like them all equally. And yeah, they are definitely, I've had somebody argue with me earlier today. They're definitely related. I said, I will bet you $1 million right now they are not. They are not, but they're both mashers. They're both talented. And we've seen what Ricky Thornton Jr. has done with an opportunity. It's cool to see what Dylan Thornton's going to be able to do as well.
We would have to go back a ways to find out a driver in his first time running with the series to get a win.
Yeah. Look at that.
Look at the fireworks.
They're going off now. Hopefully not the first 8 laps of the feature. We saw that a few times last week.
We got a long weekend ahead, brother.
Yes.
10,000 to win tomorrow night, a complete new show. 50,000 to win Saturday night.
That's
$150,000 feature purse and great weather forecast for the rest of the weekend.
Great shot from the drone there, and there is another great shot from the back of the race car engineering pace truck. How about race car engineering coming on board for the pace truck this year?
Absolutely, down there in Lakeland, Florida. For more information, racecareng.com. Thanks to everybody down there. Well, you and I were here a year ago in July, and we saw a terrific race. First national touring visit here in 20 years a year ago, and those guys put on a show in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
It is also 45 degrees cooler here right now than what it was a year ago. I wish I could tell you I was exaggerating. I'm not.
All right, ready, brother? 40 laps. Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark. That'll be $100 in someone's pocket, but 10,000 to the winner here tonight. Who's going to be on the Big River Steel podium after this here at Eagle, Nebraska?
I know my good friend Anthony Ainsley is in the house, so I use one of his lines. He likes to say the nighttime is the right time, and that is the case here at Eagle Raceway. And at 9:08 p.m. Central Time, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is going green for 40 laps and $10,000 to win here at Eagle.
The Nutrien X Solution start zone. Alberson goes to the outside, down the back straightaway. They go even into 3. O'Neill pulls away by a car length. Lap 1 of 40, off at turn 4. O'Neill picking up where he left off at Marshalltown the other night, leads at turn number 1.
Trying to go 2 for 2 here at Eagle. Garrett Alberson second, side by side for third. Dylan Thornton and Snowdrift doing battle just off your screen on the right-hand side. There they are, front and center. Blair Nodorf at a Redder, South Dakota gets too high.
Oh, man.
A little rut coming off corner number 4, and that sent the back end of the 76 around, and that is a tough break for the 2-time and defending Tri-State Late Model Series champ, as the Coltman Farms Racing caution flag will fly with 1 lap in the books.
So a single car incident, so he will have to go to the back. So O'Neill will lead lap 1. Alberson, Thornton, Nodorf, and Davenport. The top 5. Then Ricky Thornton Jr., Shepard, Ferguson, Moran, Ebert. Yeah, Blair Nodorf, he was fast down at Speed Weeks. I mean, he races what, at East Bay in the past, but has never won a Lucas Oil race. And he's going to have to go to the back in this 24-car field.
Well, that will readjust the lineup. No Deathridge Opticians choose cone, but we do want to thank Greg Deathridge for his support of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. James, we'll find out who the lucky 13th place finisher is. And you've got the most popular driver.
Yep. Go to lucasdirt.com. You've got until December 1st. You can only vote once. So, and it has to be among those drivers with perfect attendance in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Hudson O'Neill comes into tonight. 29 career victories, but is yet to go to victory lane in a Lucas Oil race this year. There you see Alberson second, Dylan Thornton on the outside. Always good to see new drivers in the mix. We've talked about it all night long, and drivers making the Dylan Silman making the show. How about Corey Lawler? He deserves a good run, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
And those guys work hard, him and his dad on the road. Dan Ebert's up 10th already. He's running well. Carson Ferguson's been fast, but we'll see what happens here. 39 more laps to decide this.
It's a Delaware double file restart with the second place driver getting his choice of inside or outside lane. Garrett Alberson going to choose inside. Green flag flies in the Nutrien Ag Solutions restart zone. And look at Dylan Thornton trying to get a run up on the high side of Garrett Alberson.
He's not going to be intimidated by these drivers. The #1 dirt late model series in the nation, and right now he is in third, but O'Neill and Alberson will lead him off at turn 4. 2 in the books.
A lot of tough customers back there behind him with Jonathan Davenport on the 49, Ricky Thornton Jr. on the 20. RT goes to the extreme high side of the racetrack, and we have got another Coltman Farms Racing caution 2 laps into this one. So struggling to find a rhythm here as we've got 2 cars stopped at the end of the front straightaway with damage on those race cars. Yep, Nodorf and Spencer Hughes. Man, oh man, tough break there. Ben Shelton, down to you.
Yeah, Spencer Hughes looks like he got the radiator in that race car. The hood's wrinkled up. Not sure what happened to him. And both drivers are okay down there. Both Blair Nodorf in the 76, Spencer Hughes in the 19. South Dakota and Mississippi. Bad luck here on the second lap of the feature. And guys, you saw Ricky Thornton Jr. go to the top and in 1 and 2, and that car bent all the way around. You've really got to muscle it on the cushion. It bit Nodorf on lap 2 earlier, and you saw it almost bite Thornton right there. But if somebody can conquer that cushion, could be the difference in finishing 5th or being atop the Big River Steel podium here tonight.
You're exactly right, Ben, and we saw that here last year as well, right? There were a lot of guys that were trying to, as I like to say, tiptoe around the top side of the racetrack. And there were also a lot of guys trying to just turn that car ever so slowly on the inside, that Dale McDowell line, right down the very inside of the speedway as well. As to Ben's point, the
well, you got both. I don't know if we have a replay yet or not. I don't think we do, but both of them with severe front end damage. I did not have no idea how that would have happened. Right?
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I don't know what happened. Tough break for both those drivers, man. Spencer Hughes, he's got good stuff. It's a good team. He's a great driver. And you talk about teams that are just struggling to get a little bit of lady luck on their side. That 19M team is right there near the top of the list for sure.
Yeah, part of that 2022 rookie class. You had Dalton Wilson, you had Ross Robinson, you had Garrett Alberson, you had Spencer Hughes, probably the best one we've had. We've got a really good one this year with Daniel Hilzebeck, Dan Ebert, and Donald McIntosh. But as I mentioned, heavy damage on both cars here tonight, Ben.
Yeah, that JCM Motorsports 19 for Spencer Hughes, kind of an epitome of what the year's been. They led some laps down at All-Tech Raceway back during Speed Weeks with the Lucas Oil Series. But it's been a tough year. 1 win on the year, and that came in a stock car at the Ice Bowl down at Talladega Short Track. And I don't know, DJ, I hate to challenge you, but you mentioned tiptoe on the top. I think you kind of got to throat punch the top to get around this place. It is aggressive, and it's really fun to watch these mashers go up there. But I think if our buddy in the 17M McDowell was here, I think you're right. He would be right there around those tires, putting around the bottom, and likely driving past everybody while doing it.
All right, thanks.
2 laps in the books. Thank you, Ben.
Absolutely. They get that 19M towed off the speedway. Dan Ebert, is that him getting put? No, that is not him getting pushed. There sits Dan Ebert back there. It looked like, and he's got some sheet metal damage. Getting word maybe Dan Ebert either maybe lost power or maybe hooked a rut or something, and maybe just kind of wobbled up or slowed up just a little bit, Ben.
Yeah, meanwhile, I did not see that admittedly, but right now Tyler Bruning is getting pushed to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. That car not under power, so a lot of drivers having trouble in the first few laps of this first night here for the Malvern Bank High Bank Heist. And guys, I want to thank Jay Burdick with Malvern Bank Dirt Track Bank. You talk about somebody that really supports racing. We can't thank them enough for all that they do to support not just this series, not just this event, but racing everywhere.
How would Ebert call that in snowmobile race? You said wobbled. You didn't have that on your bingo card. Wobbled up.
He, hunched up. Kerfuffle.
Well, Ebert's been very good here the last couple of months as Tyler Bruning back to his pit in the 16 in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, seeing what's going on with that Infinity by Wells car. He was running in 14th at the time.
Zeb Holskovic and the crew gonna check that out. Well, you could have a great beard or great mustache be on that crew. Therefore, I would certainly fall short. Ben,
I promise you. I think Wolf Dog, your dog, could go on that crew. PJ was telling me down here that Ebert did. That car was like it lost power, and Spencer Hughes had nowhere to go, and Nodorf got in the back of him. So just some guys with some bad luck. Ebert losing power, and 2 other guys wrong place at the wrong time.
All right. Thanks a lot. Hey, good to have PJ down there doing a little bit of pit reporting for the track here this weekend. Oh, PJ Peterson.
2 laps in the books, DJ. It's still O'Neill, Alberson, Dylan Thornton in the 3rd spot. Davenport, Thornton Jr., Shepard, Ferguson, Moran, Bronson 9th. Lawler is 10th.
Yeah, he's up 3 spots. Got a few drivers up 3 spots. Still just 2 laps into this one, but Lawler, Clay Harris, Colin Weinbarger all up 3 spots very early in this one.
Also, Hoker Trucking Hard Charger. By the way, O'Neill in 2 out of the last 3 races been the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, right?
Yes.
He won't be tonight, right? He won't be the night he started from the pole. So.
Hauling with Hoker.
Yeah, Jeff Oker, thanks to him. They're out of Dixon, Iowa, for all of his support.
Ben?
Guys, Dan Ebert is not going to fire. They're going to push that car back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, as he very well may be out of this one. And yeah, you talked about Huddy in the 71, the Todd and Vicky Burns SSI Motorsports. Ever since Jason Durham joined that team, they had almost immediate success, and Huddy's got his feet under him this year. 4 wins on the year, but none with the Lucas Oil Series. He would love to change that here tonight.
Yeah, Garrett Alberson, he's led laps this year. Still hasn't got a win. Shepard, of course, very good at Farmer City on Friday to the very end. Had a tire going down, and then that slide job that just couldn't quite stick. Davenport made a nice crossover move in a dandy at Fairbury. And I know I did not start smoking this week because of...
Well, you talked about the success Hudson O'Neal had, of course, winning Marshalltown and out front here and winning here last year. I mean, Ben just mentioned his 4 wins. 2 of those came at Wheatland earlier this year. Those big, high-paying, unsanctioned races that were $12,000 and $20,000 to win. He's at the front of the field. James, 2 laps scored, 38 laps to go. Green Waves in the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone.
Oh, Thornton gets into the back. Dylan Thornton into the back of Alberson.
A shot in the shorts, as Chet Christner would say.
Down the back straightaway is O'Neal into 3. There's Alberson. Dylan Thornton to the outside. Ricky Thornton Jr. to the outside. Here comes Carson Ferguson. Alberson and Davenport on the bottom. We got a lap in, but a brutal lap 2 for several competitors that are out of the race.
Side by side for second now. Dylan Thornton with a good run off corner number 2. Trying to take second away from Alberson. He does so. He may not be done yet. Dylan Thornton on the high side of the speedway. Move over. Dilly. No, don't move over, Dilly. He's coming.
Oh, they're trying to go 3 wide there on the outside. Ricky Thornton up against the wall.
Ricky.
Five down in the books. Down the back straightaway. Thornton and Thornton going at it. Dylan and Ricky Jr. O'Neal still leads. Alberson, Davenport, Shepard, Ferguson. Bronson is 8th. Moran 9th. Overton is 10th. Good race there. O'Neal still showing the way. 6 down, still 34 remaining here. Remember last year's race, that was a dandy. This is shaping up pretty good as Davenport through the middle. Alberson down a lane lower. Still has the spot. Here comes Brandon Shepard.
Brandon Shepard on the inside. Kyle Bronson on the outside. They go 2 by 2, and we have a Coltman Farms Racing caution as Chase Younghands is off the pace, coming off corner number 4 and down the front straightaway. So the Coltman Farms Racing caution will fly for the 3rd time in this one, Ben.
Yeah, Chase Younghands left front. He's got lower and upper issues on that 18 car. That tire was completely turned in, and it was at a really gnarly camber. He'll head back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, but I think the 18 car is going to head back to the pit area and have to try it again tomorrow.
Yeah, one thing to remind them, Ben, that the fans and everybody watching, that it's full points tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and what's cool about it, guys, I love it. Saturday's lineup's completely independent of the rest of the weekend. I mean, a 10, and a 50. Hats off to Eagle Raceway. And I tell you what, things are really heating up at the front of the pack with Huddy leading the way, but Thornton, of both varieties, has figured out the top side of his speedway.
And they sure have. And you got to wonder if someone might be signaling the 71 to do the same. I don't know. That 71 looks very comfortable where he is right now. Got a few more laps in that time. There's Dylan Thornton in the 38. He is in the 3rd spot. Ricky Thornton Jr. currently runs 2nd. Hudson O'Neal is your leader. RTJ going to choose that high side on this restart.
All right, 7 down, 33 to go. So in the top 5, 3 of those have not won yet this year. Obviously, Dylan Thornton his first start, but Garrett Alberson, O'Neal looking for their first win off a turn 4, the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. O'Neal lead him into 1. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. to the outside. Are we going to have a replay of what we saw here a year ago in July between O'Neal and Thornton Jr.?
It looks that way for the time being, but still just 7 laps in as Hudson O'Neal chooses to go high down in 3 and 4. Ricky Thornton Jr. will go low. Garrett Alberson going high or going low underneath the 38 team behind them. But I tell you what, that 71 looks real good at the front of the field. James side by side for 3rd on the right side of your screen. Now driving into your living room, Alberson and Thornton.
Thornton looking for his 50th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. For his 8th win of the year, Dylan Thornton to the outside, Alberson. Here comes Shepard. Brandon Shepard to the outside of Davenport. Looked like a replay of the final lap at Fairbury the other night, right? Off at turn 4, 10 in the books. O'Neill has led every one of them, 30 to go.
Dylan Thornton's getting rolling up on the high side again, James. That 38T is really good up there. Meanwhile, the 49 and the Rocket 1, they're smooth and straight on the bottom of the speedway as Mr. Consistency himself, Devin Moran, starts creeping into the picture in that Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports number 99. Meanwhile, back up the front of the field, here comes RTJ battling for the lead.
Trying to dirty up that middle of that track. He gets down low, they're side by side, he throws it in on him. Will we have a new leader? And it is. At the line, Ricky Thornton Jr. on lap 12 takes the top spot.
And he's found that smooth, steady line now at the bottom of the racetrack as well, leaving the 71 of Hudson O'Neill and RTJ. He did drive right into your living room right there, James. Move over, catnapper. Here comes the 71 of Hudson O'Neill back to the outside. You got a good one here at Eagle.
Yeah, that was close. Down the back straightaway, 0.026 seconds. Warner Carlick down 3. There's Dylan Thornton in 3rd. Davenport, Moran, Alberson 6th. Bronson, good run for him 7th. Shepard, Overton, Carson, Ferguson runs 10th.
26 laps still remaining in this one, and Ricky Thornton Jr. now starting to put a few car lengths between himself and Hudson O'Neill. He got a good run that time off corner number 2, and now here comes Dylan Thornton. Oh, man. Oh, that front end, that nose, the snout of that race car dug in just a little bit down in corners 3 and 4, and that allowed Jonathan Davenport to get a run to the inside.
He almost ended up in downtown Lincoln on that one off of turn 4, 16 in the books. Ricky Thornton Jr. battle there. Davenport, he will climb to 3rd. Battle continues down the back straightaway. It's still Ricky Thornton Jr. 1.3 seconds the advantage over O'Neill.
And a great race there on your screen for the 3rd spot. You're not missing anything up front, as James said, as Dylan Thornton once again gets too high down in turns 3 and 4. He'll now tuck back down to the bottom of the racetrack and try to keep the 99 of Devin Moran behind him. RTJ 1.6 seconds out front of Hudson O'Neill. Jonathan Davenport, James, is quickly closing in on the 71. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, all on your screen right now.
KB40 right there. He loves Nebraska down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, 2 by 2 back there. Dylan Thornton, Devin Moran, Garrett Alberson, and Kyle Bronson. That's in the top 6. Thornton still leads 2.1 the advantage over O'Neill. 2.8 behind is Davenport 3rd. As we're coming up on the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark for RTJ.
Yeah, and your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. is coming up on the back of the field, and he is going to get saved with a Coleman Farms Racing caution as Brandon Shepard has a flat right rear on the Rocket 1, and that will bring out that Coleman Farms Racing caution, and that lap should count unofficially according to my timing and scoring. And if that is the case, we will be at the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark, James, with 20 scored and 20 remaining.
It was exactly the leader plus 3, so that is official. 20 down, 20 to go. Shepard to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. By the way, get your favorite Heartbeat Hot Sauce product. Go to heartbeathotsauce.com, or it's available on Amazon.
Hey guys, taking a peek into the My Race Pass app right now. The Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, Dylan McCowan, 22nd to 12th. He's up 10 spots. And also, I know that Dylan Thornton did not have a great restart. He fell back a few spots. But I also want to give a shout out to Brenda and Ricky Kai, the owners of that race car. Of course, their son Justin Kai, very successful career. He continues to race, but they've given Dylan Thornton that opportunity. And I tell you what, Dylan has really capitalized. Right now, he sits in 5th.
How about KB40? He just moved to Nebraska, right? He's tough here in this state, right?
And you know what? They dropped off the Outlaw Tour. They regrouped. They did some testing, and he has shown a lot of speed from Illinois Speed Week until this week as we now invade Nebraska. Don't be surprised if he gets atop that Big River Steel podium before the weekend's over.
So a Florida Gator could turn into a Nebraska Cornhusker. I guess it's possible.
So Rocket 1 still getting worked on down there, trying to get the right rear on that race car. Clay Stuckey has made his way into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as well. They've got the right rear tire changed.
That's a heck of a flashlight down there.
Yes, it is. That must be a Maglite Extreme right there.
It's a Musco.
Is the Rocket 1. And hey, you know what? I want to give real quick a shout out. Speaking of Rocket 1, we don't need to, I'm a guy, I like acknowledging accomplishments no matter what series they come in.
Mm-hmm.
Tim McCready gets the win with the World of Outlaws tonight at Raceway 7. So congratulations to T-Mac and that Briggs Transport team. Good
He was 5th here a year ago. There's Ricky Thornton Jr., 20 down, 20 to go. It's Hudson O'Neill 2nd, Davenport, Moran, Bronson 5th, and Dylan Thornton, Alberson, Overton, Ferguson. Corey Lawler is 10th.
Good for Corey Lawler.
Good for him.
Yeah, very good. Absolutely.
All right, here we go, Dustin. 20 down, 20 to go. The Nutrient Act Solutions restart zone. O'Neill picks the bottom on Davenport. See what happens. It's not over yet down the main straightaways. It was proven here a year ago, and we're back underway at Eagle.
And Here comes Jonathan Davenport trying to get a run on the outside of Hudson O'Neal. If he hits that turn 2 right, you can get a good run off the corner down the back straightaway where the track funnels together. Widen out again through turns 3 and 4. RTJ out front. Superman cap lifting, cape flapping in the breeze up to second.
It's smoothed out quite a bit, hasn't it? We remember last year it started off like it did earlier tonight, but it's really good right now. Moran and Alberson going back, and fourth, Dalton Wilson. Dalton Wilson, did he not win a second B main? He's 10th.
Oh, my.
In the Ratliff 18D, good run for the big perm. Oh, hang on, Dylan Thornton.
Oh, no.
Oh, he bites the steel in 2, and he'll lose another spot. Thornton leads 0.8 of a second over JD off of 4.
There comes Garrett Alberson down to the inside. There's Brandon Overton down on the inside as well. It's still Ricky Thornton Jr. out front, 1 full second the advantage. You're looking back on the battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Dylan Thornton in 5th. Garrett Alberson in 6th, Kyle Bronson in 7th. There's Brandon Overton back there as well, and this happens right behind the 4th place car, Devin Moran.
You know, that's got to feel good for Bronson. It's been a struggle this year, as you mentioned, running an independent schedule. He'll be with us at the Show Me next weekend, but got to feel good for the 40B right there as he's all over the 99, or the 38 of Dylan Thornton. But Ricky Thornton Jr. stretched it out 1.5 over Davenport. O'Neal still 3rd. As you see Bronson trying to get another spot. Oh, he slides. And I don't know how he cleared it, DJ.
Oh, man. You think these guys aren't talented with what they do? Well, that would have been me out on the interstate. I would have been upside down on the median.
Especially in downtown Atlanta. Here they come into 4. Moran, he'll go around O'Neal. So Devin Moran, who's 2nd in the points. So the top 3 in the points right now, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Thornton, Davenport, Moran. Here comes Bronson. And O'Neal has lost some traction in that 71 car. KB40 throwing it in.
Bronson looks good, man.
Bronson, he'll take the spot. Kyle Bronson up to 4 in that 40B. May not be done yet, DJ.
From 11th, James. From 11th to 4th, Hudson O'Neal back to 5th. Garrett Alberson, Dylan Thornton, Brandon Overton, Carson Ferguson, and Dalton Wilson. Now rounding out your top 10, James Dalton Wilson from 18th up to 10th, 11 laps to go.
Guess who the fastest was that last time? KB40 by 0.2 of a second.
No surprise.
In the 40B. Now Alberson, as O'Neal trying not to lose another spot. Every race, every position is important. It's Thornton, Davenport, Moran, Bronson, O'Neal, Alberson, Dylan Thornton, Overton, Ferguson, Dalton Wilson, still at Brandon Shepard after a tire change. He's back to 11th and 1.
There you go. Double it up for you at home now. 10 laps to go. It is a 2.2 second lead for the driver on your left. Ricky Thornton Jr., current series points leader and defending series champ over Jonathan Davenport. James on the right side of your screen. That's a great battle back there for P5 between the 71 of Hudson O'Neal and the 58 of Garrett Alberson. 8 to go.
Alberson, remember, holds 4th in the points. He's got Overton and O'Neal behind him. Meanwhile, Bronson in on Moran. Kyle Bronson, they go side to side briefly. Moran still has the spot. 33 scored. 7 laps remaining. Dylan Thornton in there.
Trying to work back inside Hudson O'Neal.
As you would say, not missing anything up front. 2.6 seconds. Thornton in traffic into 1.
And Ricky Thornton Jr. just grabbed the cushion. And
you are missing something up front then.
Yes, you
just did.
Don't worry, we've got it. We'll have the replay. We've got it right here.
Thornton still has the lead. Davenport led lap 34. Thornton back in front. JD to the top. Has the momentum. Down the back straightaway. 5 to go. We got a battle. Davenport's going to throw it in. And the Coleman Farbs caution is out. You cannot be serious.
Oh, it's Dalton Wilson as
Big
well.
Farm had a good run going into 10th and has a tie. Not sure what.
We needed a PSG, James. Tough break for Dalton Wilson. And the last time, Jonathan Davenport led a lap. It was the lap prior, though. Ricky Thornton Jr. back out front that last time by 0.253, by 0.2 of a second. 35 in the books, 5 to go.
And it'll be a single file restart, and we'll see what happened here. There's, right, yeah, he hooked.
Man.
Wow. And here comes Davenport. He'll lead at the line. Thornton regroups. Wow.
If I'm the 20RT now, I am wondering what kind of suspension damage I've got underneath that race car and if that adjusts my line over the last 5 laps.
Up on that
Ben.
guardrail, yes, Ben.
Yeah, and guys, I can tell you, he's fine in 1 and 2 off of 4. That car has definitely lost some drive in that 20 RT. And how about 45 laps, 3 different leaders, and 11th to 3rd. Don't count out Kyle Bronson here tonight either.
What that right rear mud plug on that on the 20?
Not sure if
Is
it's
it just
been in or not. He was up on that guardrail there with the right rear quarter panel. So Bronson, 3rd. Moran, Alberson, O'Neill, Dylan Thornton, Roverton, Shepard is up to 9th after the pit stop. Ferguson, 10th. Corey Lawler, 11th. McCowan, 12th. 5 to go. It'll be a single file restart.
See that right rear mud plug here on the 20 RT, if it's still in, if he's got a little bit of mud in it.
I don't know if it's been in or not.
Well, and don't forget, when these right rears pack with mud, I've had drivers tell me it feels like you're being punched in the face by King Kong because it vibrates so bad. Also, Daniel Hilsebeck, he had slowed a few laps earlier. O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year point leader. A little bit of smoke out of that 22 cars. So a lot of drivers battling some mechanical issues to start the weekend here at the Malvern Bank High Bank High.
And getting word, Ben, to that point as well, it was also an engine issue on the 18D of Dalton Wilson as well. So going to be some drivers. Yeah, boy, look at that line of fluid. I can only assume that came from Dalton Wilson's car there on your screen. James, you see where Hilsebeck's left tires are? There's a line of fluid all the way around there.
Not good for the first night.
I think that's actually out of Hilsebeck's car, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, because he's making laps around the
I will not say you're missing anything up front again, right?
Never.
We always do that because if there's not an interesting race, then we're showing battles throughout the field.
Well, everyone's like,
hey, there you have
the leaders too much.
Thornton said he's got to make it interesting. All right, it's back in front. Davenport did lead a lap. O'Neill led early on. Nutrient Solutions restart zone, 5 to go. Let's see.
A good restart for the 20 RT.
Yep.
A really good restart right there. Davenport going to try to get that momentum up on the high side in the 49. What does Kyle Bronson have left in the tank? And Ricky Thornton Jr., does he push up the track too much? Jonathan Davenport going to close back in, 4 to go.
Bronson in 3rd, Moran 4th, Alberson 5th. Now Moran is back to 3rd. Devin throws the slider in 2. He's there. Davenport's looking to the bottom. He's going to throw it in. And no. The Coleman Farms Racing caution is out just as they were battling for the lead again.
And Jonathan Davenport has to be wondering, what do I have to do to catch a break? As there it is, a piece of debris being pulled off the racetrack.
Man. I'm going to need to start smoking. This continues.
We'll get you some nicotine patches tomorrow, buddy.
There you go.
Right now,
Senecas.
I tell you what, if you're Ricky Thornton Jr., you got to be thinking too, oh no, what can I do to keep the 49 behind him? Obviously, that car is not the same as when he got into the wall. JD's got just as good. Also, on that last restart, Kyle Bronson in 3rd. He caught the concrete as well. It is tricky off the top of that turn for him.
Yeah, good call, Ben.
We got a lap in, guys. So 36 down, 4 to go. Single file restart. Thornton, Davenport, Moran, Bronson, Alberson. O'Neill, Dylan Thornton, Shepard, Overton, Carson, Ferguson, 10th. Lawler still 11th. 12th, McCowan, 4 to go. We got to do it again. Got 4 laps for Davenport. Let's see what he can do. Thornton on the restart, the Nutrient Solutions restart zone into turn 1.
I would not walk away from the TV if I were you. Oh, RTJ gets too high. He cracks the wall coming off the corner. Here comes the 49 down to the inside. Side by side for the lead. Side by side for 3rd. 3 laps to go this time by. Ricky Thornton Jr. stays out front. James, here comes the 49 again.
The battle for 3rd there. Moran and Bronson down the back straightaway. They left 2 to go. Davenport's got to get going. He's got to hope for a mistake from Thornton. Thornton smooth out of 4. 2 to go down the front straightaway.
The 20 RT, has he got his feet under him, as we like to say. There's a drink right there. Here comes the 49 down the max race. Closing the gap, James. Closing the gap. They're coming around to the Barron's Performance. 1 to go.
Alpha turn 4. That's 1 lap to go behind them.
The 49 just lost a ton of ground.
Bronson to 3rd, Moran 4th, Alberson 5th. Thornton pulling away. DJ final lap off of turn 4 to the checker.
An issue for Dylan Thornton. It's not going to matter. Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to win night 1 of the Malvern Bank High Bank Heist here at Eagle. Davenport 2nd, Bronson 3rd, Moran 4th, and Garrett Alberson will unofficially round out your top 5 here tonight.
How about Shepard?
From the tail of the field up to 6th, Brandon Shepard. Hudson O'Neill 8th. Dylan McCowan is unofficially your Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, James. He started 22nd and finishes 8th. Brandon Overton is 9th. Carson Ferguson is 10th. I'm going to give a shout out to the driver just off the screen. 11th place finish, Corey Lawler. Well done, young man.
Clay
Harris 12.
Yes. Good job for him. And Thornton on that last lap drops back to 13th, Dylan Thornton. So they go to the UNO8 scales, and Ben will talk to the top three here at the Big River Steel podium. His 8th win of the year, career win number 50 with a 20 RT.
Guys,
he's up on the UNO8 scales, Ben.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, he mangled that right rear mud cover, and some mud definitely in that wheel. And Weaver, Randy Weaver, our buddy from the broadcast, sent me a deal and said, not only will it make your teeth chatter, it makes the race car really loose when you get mud into that right rear. So Ricky Thornton Jr. had his hands full. And man, what a race here tonight. His 50th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. His 8th of the year as the Midwest Sheet Metal point leader, and his 12th win overall across a few divisions. Is right now down at the Droop check, and as long as he clears, he will come to the top of the Big River Steel podium. And as you said, we'll talk to Jonathan Davenport and Kyle Bronson. Big run from 11th to 3rd tonight for the Florida driver.
Absolutely.
I was getting crossed eyes there. I thought I was seeing one of Scott Bloomquist's mud plug. You know how he had the
right, the one that'll hypnotize you if you look at it for too long. So they are getting the Lucas Oil Products victory lane set up, and the 20 RT has made his way through the UNOH Tech and Scale area, and he is going to do a complete 180 here and bring that entry back out on the front straightaway. Ben, the driver of the Bobby and Jessica Kohler Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Elite Ready Mix, Capital Waste, Certified Inspection Services, Coltman Farms Racing, Hooker Trucking Night Company's 20 RT is a winner here tonight at Eagle Raceway. We'll send it back down to Ben Shelton.
That's right. He's got the autism awareness number on the 20 RT. Defending Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, defending Flow Racing Night in America champion. And tonight, again, his series best, 8th win of the year, 50 wins in his career with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series after tonight. Talking with Nick Hardy and Zach Frilds and the crew down here. His wife Shay's down here, the boys down here on Confetti Patrol. You know what's going to happen when the confetti flies. They're congratulating Dad, man, truly a family operation. As Ricky gets ready to climb out of the car in the Lucas Oil Products victory lane tonight with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by Flow Racing, the Malvern Bank Heist, and night number 1, the heist is going to go to the gunslinger Ricky Thornton Jr. as he prepares to climb out of the race car. We'll talk to your Big River Steel podium top 3. Race fans, your winner tonight, Ricky Thornton Jr. Sunoco checkered flag in hand, confetti flies, the kids are happy, and the bank account got a little bit bigger for the Kohler Motorsports entry. Bobby and Jessica Kohler, owners on this race car. Ricky, lay it on me, man, like 6 to go. What happened in turn at number 4?
I just slowed down too much. I didn't realize the curb was getting as big as it was out there, and I was trying to pace myself, and I got close to Clay. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna try to ride for a lap right here. Then I got over it. I barely hold the steering wheel, so I ripped the wheel out of my hand. I thought I was gonna destroy the wall, then I was gonna spin out down the racetrack. Had a vibration. I figured my right recovery had to be destroyed. Then on the restart, felt like I got a terrible start, and then the yellow come out, and JD was gonna slide me and probably win it. So that saved me. And then after that, I was like, we're either gonna win and run around the wall, or I'm gonna wreck it trying.
You got the Indy race parts soon on. Bernie Stubigen to be proud about that. You like getting in the sprint cars sometimes. It felt like you had to drive that car like a sprint car here tonight and chase the traction.
Yeah, you did for sure. They did that track prep, and the bottom was still a little bit slimy at the start. And I knew everyone was going to be down there, so I'm like, man, if I can just maintain around the top. And then it started coming to me, and I got second there, and I knew Hud was going to move up. So I'm like, all right, if I can just use him as a good pick here and get to the lead and then kind of do what I need to. Felt like after that I had a pretty good pace until I tried destroying the thing over there. But hats off to the track crew. I know the super high winds today, so it's been tough trying to get moisture on the racetrack. And the track was pretty awesome. I thank all the fans for coming out. Everyone, Kohler Motorsports, Hooker Trucking, Certified Inspection, Night Companies, Coltman Farms, Bill Stein, Longhorn, Sunoco. My wife, she said she's been slammed up there in the apparel, so I got to thank all the fans for that. And looking forward to tomorrow.
Your VLAN feature winner here tonight, Ricky Thornton Jr. He picks up $10,000 as we'll go in pursuit. Here comes JD. He'll come around. They'll catch up with our 3rd place finisher, Kyle Bronson. Jonathan Davenport, guys. It looked like he may go back-to-back after winning a thriller at Fairbury last Saturday night with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, but he's going to come up 1 spot short. The Nutrient Ag Solutions, Lance and Darla Landers. Dynagro seed at number 49. He'll climb out of his race car down here. Second on the Big River Steel podium as he climbs out of the car. And man, what could have been if not for some of those Coltman Farms cautions as JD was digging hard. Driver started back 5th in this one. Jonathan, did you think you had a third pass for the lead, didn't you? Because the first two, man, they got ripped away from you. What was going through your mind?
Shitty timing of cautions. It was about it. No, really, I wouldn't even had a chance if Ricky hadn't made that one mistake on the cushion, and then we got to him, and I made a mistake. I should have went around the top whenever I got past him there, but I thought I could kind of hug the bottom and break his momentum coming back to me. But it didn't work, so he got back by me, and then I got another run on him. Was going to slide him down here, and I think somebody had a flat or something, so that was that caution, and then we took off there and going past him again, and I got another run on him, and then some kind of other caution come out, and then so he knew to go to the top and wanted to. That was pretty much it, unless he was going to make a mistake. And he usually don't make 2 in a row, so he done a good job. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Kyle. I know he's been struggling, so he needed a good run. But thanks to my guys. I've been working them hard once again, and just really didn't know what to do with the car after the heat race. It just didn't feel right, so we went to changing parts on it again, and it definitely got a lot better. So thanks to their hard work for Corey and Tyler and Cole. Definitely appreciate them. Thanks to Nutrien Ag Solutions, AC Warranty, Dynagro Seed, Longhorn Dynamics, Bilstein Shocks, VP Fuels, Midwest Sheet Metal, Burt Transmission. Everybody that helps us. We got a Cornet in tonight. It's been running flawless for us. Just thank Lance and Darla Lander. Say hello to Rachel and Blaine back home, and everybody else watching.
Race fan Superman Jonathan Davenport comes home in position 2. Third here tonight on the Big River Steel podium out of Brandon, Florida, Kyle Bronson. And Kyle, man, are you starting to feel it? Like this team is really starting to put it all together.
Yeah, I broke a different car out today, It's named after my hero, Bo Knows, So it's a pretty good deal, I just got to thank all my sponsors for sticking with me. We've been stuck in here lately, just Wayne, Charlene, my wife and kids at home, this LTX Home Buildings, Lucas Oil Products, VB Racing Fuels, VG Technologies, Earnhardt Technologies, Race Car Engineering, Brochures Equipment, All Steel Buildings, Michael Lloyd Hall and Angry Elephant, my buddy Chris Davis, he's going to have some good food cooked next week. Midwest Sheet Metal, can't wait to see you, buddy.
You caught a little concrete in one of those late race restarts where you worried it was going to end your night.
Definitely a little bit there, That wasn't a scare moment. I got a little too low on one of them restarts and got in that slime and slid across the racetrack, and I was getting banged from every which way. I'm like, holy crap, let's get out of here, So, overall, we had a decent car there. We got to get steering a little better on the front end, but, it's nice to have a track that can make up something for, It's a big old cushion there. Just looking forward to tomorrow. It's been a while since we've been on the track with a little bit of grip,
DJ and James, Kyle Bronson, he rounds out the Big River Steel podium in third.
I don't know if I'm at Eagle, Nebraska or Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Indy Race Parts race suit and Jim Vidlak's down there in Victory Lane with the walrus-like mustache.
I thought that was Keith Kuntzer for a while, but
we got kids eating confetti. I recognized old Vidlak down there.
Kyle Bronson
Lane.
interview. I think the second time this year he's been on the podium. Congratulations to him. Great run.
Well, good stuff here at Eagle. That was good stuff, man. Well, let's see how we got to this point, James. Here's a look at your Lucas Oil Products race recap, and it started off with fireworks in the sky, and we started off with some fireworks early on in this one as well, as Hudson O'Neill and Garrett Alberson led the field to the green.
O'Neill led the first 11 laps, DJ, then Thornton got the lead, and then Davenport led one lap 34, so 3 different leaders.
And 4 lead changes, right?
Yes, and Ricky Thornton Jr., where did he start at?
He started back in 6th.
That's been his lucky number, right? A couple of times recently.
There was the slider that put the 20RT back out front, and there was the move where he almost lost it. Well, he did lose it for 1 lap right there as Jonathan Davenport snuck by. Ricky Thornton Jr. would get back by him, though, the next time by before a Coltman Farms Racing caution flag came out. And I think Davenport summed up best. He just didn't get the timely caution. The cautions were at untimely times for him.
We're going to have to put a PSG sticker on his car tomorrow.
Yes,
on the Bilstein shocks, right?
Do we have those? Oh, been a wild and woolly Thursday night kicks things off here at Eagle.
Yeah, and it was entertaining, but for a lot of teams, they got a lot of work to do before tomorrow. The bad luck bit a lot of these teams mechanically, but it was a thriller up front. It was a very windy day today, and this track crew stayed on top of it, and we got a great feature. Ricky Thornton Jr. overcame adversity to get to victory lane, but if you're Jonathan Davenport, you get to think, man, I feel good about tomorrow, and I feel real good about 50,000 on Saturday. 1 down, 2 to go. What a way to start the week.
Absolutely. James?
Yeah, and a good points night for Thornton, and Davenport kind of inching closer there to the top. The top 4, I think, will remain the same. But, yeah, entertaining race, no doubt about it. And good to see some new guys up front. Bronson, Dylan Thornton, he did well until that final lap, and he was the last car on the lead lap with 40 laps scored.
Absolutely.
But a great show. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night.
It was good.
Still got more to go.
Good to be back in the booth with you. We do have one more race to go. 20 laps will be the distance in tonight's A-Main for the IMCA Modifieds. Dan Taylor going to jump in on the call for that one while he gets set up. They're finishing up victory lane photos. We'll step aside one final time. One more race left to go here tonight at Eagle Raceway.